Ladies and gentlemen, a major online drama is heating up as DavyJnr and Nashon1 face a reported court showdown, while JTPODCAST unleashes explosive reaction involving
looks
Deemwango.
like we've missed a lot of things here. What is going on here, man? What is Deemwango doing? Vomiting. Yeah. So the pregnancy is serious. Let me see. What's going on, Deemwango?
This night I've really struggled.
Uh,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
nothing as hard
uh.
as sleeping on your side. Those who can relate.
I cannot relate, man. That thing is fake. Stop playing
I
Deemwango.
mean, moving from one place to the other through legal battles, but at the same time, it's worth it, you know? Even there is no day for me, I'll go to the court unless they need me there. Because I have representatives there. So these people, let them learn in a hard way.
And that is the drama I'm speaking about. DavyJnr versus Nashon1 court battle erupts. JTPODCAST goes off on Deemwango. The question is, and this is the question that majority of people are asking, what really happened? Who is taking whom to court? And what triggered JTPODCAST's latest rant? You know, it is only in Nyabo Anzi and some other minions in the like of JT that cannot understand a very simple biological process. You know, I look at even at his comment section, majority of people are commenting are even women who have given birth. They cannot even understand. You know, the trimester, what happens, and all these kind of symptoms that really comes with the people and people react to pregnancy are not standard. It is different from one person to the other, how they react to it. That should be the bottom line. You know? So in this video, we are basically going to dive deep and unravel what's really going down. We must also be there and we be capable of watch full breakdown. Listen to this reaction and analysis and subscribe for the latest African YouTube drama, trending news and exclusive commentary, because we must also unravel the situation itself. Let you know what really happened between DavyJnr and Nashon1, because today was the court day. It's a pronouncement that was really exuded by DavyJnr. And we even saw DavyJnr talking about his legal team. We even saw DavyJnr very serious about it, including saying that it's bringing to an end the serial stalker and the people who are bringing problem with him, so the people who are coming within the villages. He wants to finish them at all. You know, whether the issue of court case will work or not is just something that we want to see. But we must also commend DavyJnr of taking that bold step, because these people sometimes they are a bother. You know, they wreck your energy down and they derail you from doing any other kind of things. The good thing DavyJnr have decided to use a legal matter, a court, as an arbiter. You know, because these people have become a nuisance. Guys, if you're coming across this channel and watching this video for the very first time, kindly click on the notification bell so that any moment I put a video, YouTube channel notify instantly. To my subscriber, may God bless you abundantly. So let's dive inside away after the break.
He's and he reacts. Not a negative fellow who punches below, but a positive chap who balances his show. When there's confusion on top the mountains, he weighs decisions, dissects for simple brains. Whistleblowers who wish to bring trouble, who plan to make. Zach exposes nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Zach Senior, he analyzes and breaks it down. Zach Senior, he's an objective man. Zach Senior, reactor, very positive, defender of truth, he's quite protective. Zach Senior, he analyzes and breaks it down. Zach Senior, he's an objective man. Zach Senior, reactor, very positive, defender
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to YouTube Chit Chat. My name is Inazak and this is our YouTube channel Stories of Instant Away. Did you forget? Guys, the question was who is taking whom to court and who is being taken to court? As per my title, Nashon One is being dragged to court by DavyJnr. It's not for the first time that DavyJnr said it. It's been on this YouTube street for very many times that DavyJnr have talked about it. But today, DavyJnr said it boldly that it's a court day. And DavyJnr decided to let the law do the work and court, magistrate or judge be an arbiter so that the perennial problem that has been stalking between them be solved amicably. Whether it's a good way to deal with it or not, but at least DavyJnr have decided to venture into a legal means of solving wrangles, not physical fight, as sometimes we see in the village. And that is the way forward that DavyJnr have done. You know, more of this information is at the progression stages of this video or at the end of this video. So let's dive in and watch
moving
it.
from one place to the other through legal battles, but at the same time it's worth it, you know. Even there is no day for me I'll go to the court unless they need me there, because I have representatives there. So these people, let them learn in a hard way. I was coaching some of my not legal team, but you know, I don't want to mention most about on this video, but I just know Dixon, he needs to escort one of the guys to the court.
And that is the information from the horse's mouth. You know, it was just a plain story that DavyJnr is telling us that today I'm dragging a border to court. And DavyJnr was very busy running up and down and settling the transportation on his legal team who are going to court, a representative, including the police. But there is a statement that DavyJnr has made that also majority of people, some people texted me. Is it a good thing that DavyJnr should not attend court or DavyJnr should attend court? Will this one impact the case so negatively that DavyJnr is running away from the case? Not really. When you are arrested or when you are handed over to court, the first day is a day of a plea. Necessary, the person who is needed there is the accuser. The defendant themselves or the accusee must not be there. So long as you go there, you will be called to the witness stand, then you will be asked a question. A question is just taking a plea. You're being informed what really happened. So the court will ask you, the XYZ, are you aware that there is a substantial ground that on this day, such a day, you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Do you agree or confirm or you deny? You said, I deny, or you agree. From that place, there is no bond unless you apply. From that place, you could be taken to prison or a remand awaiting the mention of the real case itself. Or perhaps it could be the judge or magistrate can decide that your case itself is not weighty enough. We can just restrict you within the precincts of the court, of the police custody. Or if the bond could be applied, you can come out of a bond pending the mention. So at the first preliminary stages, DavyJnr is not needed. So DavyJnr is right. Until such a time the court will need him. The question is, at what time the court will need DavyJnr? The time that the court will need DavyJnr is the court during the mention. That's the second time when the court call them is when DavyJnr must attend. And DavyJnr perhaps will get the information from the police or the lawyer. But if DavyJnr is busy, the lawyer will present everything. And the lawyer will just proceed. Unless DavyJnr is needed for cross-examination is when DavyJnr will also go to take the witness stand for real examination. That's why DavyJnr is telling you, I want to go to court, Let them deal because I have my representative that will represent me. I believe DavyJnr is talking about a lawyer and part of the family member of the legal team who will be present there. Such a time that DavyJnr will be needed is when DavyJnr will go because DavyJnr has got a lot that is going on the ground. There is no problem. That one cannot affect because the judge will inform the court or the accuser team, are you there, to bring in DavyJnr, and DavyJnr will take the witness stand for cross-examination. So there is nothing at all. So DavyJnr have decided, like, let the law take its course. And at the moment, it was still plain. Nobody really doesn't know
Today
who
is that
is, but
day. I
it is
just want to
Nashon One.
make a full stop to some bad energy. Bad energy in my life. Especially people who are around here. I don't want to play with them. People who come here and do lots of distraction. And in public, I don't want to laugh with them, And one of these people who has been trying to pull me down, following me left, right, center, today he'll be arraigned in court. Most of the time he has come here asking for forgiveness, like, hey David, it's because of poverty that keeps me doing like this. No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Let the law take its course. And I've seen a scenario whereby people who have been frustrated with their life abroad, they are just people who are trying to push these young people, to do what they want to do illegally. And right now they find themselves in a bad lane. Who is to suffer? These people that are abroad just watching, and I know they are watching even the video that I'm creating right now. So the burden goes to, these individuals who are being used, to play with other people's mind, to play with other people's hard work. Who won't allow? Look, guys.
So we can truly confirm and accurately confirm this is Nashon One because Nashon One is there's a time that DavyJnr arrested him. Get out of the bond, and Nashon One, as several locations get to DavyJnr's construction site, try to plead in out this case to be solved out of court, including the chief inspector, the OCS, also sent Nashon One to DavyJnr, something that DavyJnr said, no, enough is enough. You can't be, on the other hand, requesting for permission. And again, you live here, you go talk and ridicule me with your friend, which means you are not coming with clean hands. It's like the pleading that Nashon One was pleading with DavyJnr has hit a snag, has hit the rock. So DavyJnr has decided the court will be an arbiter to our problems in the village. DavyJnr is telling us is very drained. It's very mad that this madness must stop. Plus the people who are sponsoring such kind of madness, you are now the people who are causing the problems to the people back in the village. I remember at one moment DavyJnr and Nashon One were one thing. In fact, these people were good friends. I never knew at one point the issue will be resolved like this. I wonder how people change. Do you know what really makes them change? Money. They can betray you even when you're sleeping with them. Even in a dream. It's like DavyJnr was dreaming. But the issue itself, DavyJnr has not involved unconventional means in solving the problem. But DavyJnr have decided, let the court be an arbiter so that the court can decide what to do with you. That is one thing that I really love with DavyJnr. That if he forgives you, he will forgive you with a clean heart. But if you continue bothering him, so long as it's something that could be treated with the law, DavyJnr will always pursue. Will be in pursuit of the law so that the case will be solved amicably, not Ginto style of fighting people in the village. I haven't seen anywhere DavyJnr is fighting. DavyJnr will come, share with the people and rant, then the next thing it will be the police. That's why you see the people of Nyambo Anze are really trying to call the Amarwa family that they're intimidating with the people with the police. So what is the work of the police? Is to maintain law and order. Are you there? And also it's to enforce the public peace. And that is the work of the police. And that is what DavyJnr is making the work of police so easy by reporting the law offenders and the lawbreakers. Because these are the people, they will not understand you. These people you'll talk to them, they will look at you, they will ridicule you, not knowing they're doing crimes. Now you see, when you tell these people what you're doing is a crime, they don't understand. They said, how? How following somebody could be a crime? That is you're stalking someone. They're talking badly about somebody's name, including lying. Then they're saying that is content, we are giving news. It is what I'm seeing in Jabohanze. I've never seen it elsewhere. And the sponsors are cheering them to the crime scene. The sponsors are even giving them money to continue following DavyJnr. Not knowing, first of all, what they're doing is trespass. And secondly, what they involve into is a premeditated kind of cyberbullying. They don't understand these are crimes. Except that when they are arrested, they will talk of, the DavyJnr or the Amaras family have bribed the police for me to be arrested, because they don't understand how the law works back at home. Or guys, what do you think? Will this case work out? Or what do you understand with it? I believe it will work out. Even if it doesn't work out, for me, I'm very happy because the action is taken. Getting them there will really mean one thing. Once you're arrested, then taken to court, it's mean DavyJnr has set the boundary that no one will never attempt to rattle or come close. Lest to be rattled by DavyJnr's wrath. What DavyJnr is telling people, stop taking laws into your own hands. That is it. JT Podcast has ranted and gone off on Deemwango. The question that majority of people are asking, why the misplaced rant? Why must you call Deemwango something that you, JT, yourself, you're not a woman, you don't know how this simple biological process takes place. Therefore, it does not affect you. What JT is doing is one thing. Is the negative attitude towards women. You are bullying Deemwango, a woman that is so pregnant, then your duty is to cyberbully her. What is your end game? Your end game is to do what? For the miscarriages to open? If that is your end game, then
looks like we've missed a lot of things here. What is going on here, man? What is Deemwango doing? Vomiting. Yeah. So the pregnancy is serious. Let me see. What's going on, Deemwango?
This night I've really, really struggled.
Uh,
Yeah, nothing has hard.
uh.
I was sleeping on your side. Those who can relate.
I cannot relate, man. That thing is fake. Stop playing, Deemwango. So you're pregnant? For sure. You're pregnant?
Oh my God, even how I'm feeling,
Mm.
I don't know. Just weird. I vomited twice.
Twice?
Now,
But you didn't show on camera, Deemwango, did you?
the struggle is real. I feel like I want to vomit again.
Vomit. Let's see you doing that.
That feeling is so bad.
Stop playing, Deemwango. You're not pregnant. Stop playing. You are not pregnant. Because just 1 minute later,
And this is my outfit of the day. How do you guys love it?
where's the belly? Where is that thing that was vomiting? Deemwango, it's almost 6 months, man. We can't see nothing. Are you kidding me? This was the person who was vomiting here because she's pregnant. Wait, where is he?
Let me know.
Imagine that is the video. And imagine there is a mother somewhere who is a staunch supporter and a follower of JT Podcasts and even consume such kind of a content. Imagine JT is having a girlfriend and having a mother and sisters around her. The question to JT, How does your girlfriend takes that kind of a reaction? How do your followers take that kind of reaction, even if your mother at all perhaps could be privy of what you are doing? Or should we say, the offsprings of a snake is always a snake because you are cut from that negativity. So you are the fruits that was born out of your mom's womb. Therefore, that is the exhibition and the character from that specific kind of womb. So you exhibit the same. The question is, what is the end game with all this kind of reaction that JT is so notorious of making? You know, Deemwango is pregnant. You defied the odds of even saying, we don't care because you must not believe because you're a reprobate, involving yourself in a very dark heart and a kind of a reaction that are not making sense. Therefore, you won't believe anything that Deemwango does. Nobody told you to believe whether Deemwango is pregnant or not. That was not at the preserve of Deemwango. You can believe in whatever things that you believe in. But one thing, why must you bully somebody who is experiencing the morning sickness when it comes to pregnancy? It's just a simple biology. A class 6, not even a class 6, a grade 5. These are the things that we are taught in class 5. The reproductive systems, how the pregnancies occur. And from that time, the kind of a reaction, being that in a first trimester, what really happens, the changes that it comes with, the effects, and the reaction as per that moment, we all know. I wonder whether you know them, but because you are so weird and act like a wizard, a person with a dark heart that always really wants to troll people down. You know, JTPODCAST cannot sleep well without abusing somebody on social media or without explosively rant and a misplaced kind of verbosity that are not making sense. Where is science in what you are saying? What is science in what you are saying? You're asking Deemwango, where is the child? And you know, the child is after 8 months. What really perturbed me, because I went also through JTPODCAST comment section, go and see the filthy kind of comment from women. Another one called himself the British what? The British woman. Speaking of things, and yet she's a woman who might know. Perhaps, maybe those who are following you are barren, they're not giving birth. Out of their own selfish interest. Now, they cannot stomach cake if when Deemwango is pregnant. I don't know what is the problem. The problem is Deemwango has proven you wrong in everything and whatever prophecies that you involve yourself. Therefore, you cannot redeem yourself. So everything that Deemwango does, you want to dispute. Because you're chasing the bag. You cannot imagine Deemwango is pregnant of a Polish guy. Something that you said that the Polish guy is is infertile, cannot. Proven wrong. Wait, Deemwango is going to give birth when you are seeing. This is a guy who took on the camera and started reacting on Maisha when Maisha was young. Imagine you are reacting on a small baby who cannot talk. Now you started to react on a fetus still in Deemwango's womb, not yet been born, and you're reacting negatively the way you do. What kind of a man? What kind of morals do you have? Who brought you up? This is a classical, you know, then in the comment section, there are other people calling themselves doctor, others are nurses, you know. Then you entertain such kind of a reaction. You contribute to it, you super chat to it, you comment and you like. This is a kind of reaction even if you hate somebody. You cannot. This atrocity that is being committed by JT Podcast just because on hatredness, just because JT Podcast cannot afford other things. This is sad, bana. It cannot happen. Guys, let me know what to think at the comment section. Until next time, this is your boy, Senior.